Hey guys, Malkoof1974 coming back at you, another episode of International Civilian Space Program. Sorry I've been away for so long, but heck, I figured we'd start off another episode with just the mission. And yes, this is the same mission that I did for the introduction to 0.20 of Mission Controller. So I'm just going over what the goals are here. First we gotta undock from the space station, and then we gotta intercept a satellite that needs to be repaired, and then we gotta dock back with the station to finish the episode. I know it's been a while, so I hope everybody's had a good summer. I got a little busy at the end of the summer there, so I couldn't really post any videos, and let me tell you, when you start not posting videos, it takes you a little bit to get the enthusiasm to get back into posting videos. I can tell you that much for sure. So, yeah, it's gonna be a slow start to get it all back, but I will try to get regular videos going as soon as possible. So let's get this guy out of here. We undock, and our first mission goal is now true, so it is finished, and I'm gonna hide this right now. Hide finished mission goal, or I'm not. Yeah, so this is obviously still a post recording commentary, so I had to shorten the video a little bit to make it, you know, not too boring. We're launching from the International Civilian Space Program, and we have, who's that, Animar? Carmen with the vessel on us. I only stuck him in there because we only need one Kerbal knot to do this. We'll get ourselves away from the station. Quite interesting in this, and now I have to actually intercept the satellite, so I have to find it. It's actually a little bit of ahead of us. It's not too far off. So I'm gonna set this target. We're probably just gonna jump right to it, for we don't have to do, you know, a whole intercept. You guys have seen that 1,000 times. So quite interesting. I actually forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, that sucks. I'll figure it out later. Oh, I still have the Ion Cross installed in this episode, but I have disabled it in my game now because there is a bug. You know, it has never been actually updated before 0.21. We're still using the 0.20 version. I guess the developer is working on it, but it's not finished yet. But there is a bug right now where if you use time acceleration, the oxygen levels are used up a lot more, so you can never actually go anywhere other than the Kerbal system with it. And I was getting really bored of just staying around the Kerbal system, and I do want to make missions to other planets. I want to use other people's vessels that I have found to travel to like Duna and stuff like that, and I couldn't do it with Iron Cross anyway because I'd have to redesign the ship, and it was just a pain in the ass to figure out all the stuff. So yeah, I didn't uninstall it, I disabled it. So I left the parts in there for my vessels that do have parts in it. Like the International Space Station actually has, it doesn't anymore, I actually took it off, I actually deorbited that part, but it does have the oxygen center on it. But yeah, so here we are coming up on the part. It was a little bit hard to see there. It's just a little satellite. I have it marked as the Mission Controller Part satellite, or the Z map, with Mission Control Part, for I can find it easily in the orbital information. So I'm just going to get kind of close to it, and I am going to get Anmore out of there, and we're going to head on towards it. You do have to be EVA when you do a repair mission on a repair mission. Put the light on there on my guy's head. I redesigned these satellites in my current game also. They do have lights on them now, for I don't have to just use his headlamp there, or his helmet cam. And if you look around the actual part for the repair part is just one of the photo whatever they call the solar panels. It doesn't have no animation to it, because if it animated, the solar panel would come out. That would be bad. So yeah, it looks like a panel, so I thought it would work good. I'm not a modeler, so I couldn't actually, you know, model my own. I probably could do it, but it just takes so long to to learn how to do it, and screw it, that looks good to me. If anybody else out there wants to design a new one for a mission controller, feel free, and I will give you full credit in the credits for it. But for right now, we have to try to deal with getting on this ladder. So this mission, this repair will take 10 minutes. The actual part has no repair time to it. If you click the part, the repair is actually done. It's up to the mission designer to add a timed event to it. So what will happen, we'll open it up here, I'll show you. I did finally get on the ladder. It says repaired, true, false. Once I click, you right click it. Let me get in a good position for it. So you guys can see where it says stupid things in the way. It says start repair. So once you click it, that part is automatically finished. If I didn't have that time there, this mission goal would be done. I couldn't figure out a way to cleanly install a timed event into the part without having like complicated code, and I'm trying not. And I figured, well, we have the minimum time anyway, so we might as well just use it that way. So yeah, that's why it's like that. So as you can tell, the time is counting down, and I am using physical acceleration. You cannot use regular time warp while you're stuck to a ladder. And the only reason I have the ladders there is because obviously I have to wait for 10 minutes, and the problem with these little ladders like this is that your guy, he just kind of wobbles around and he falls off. So my newest design of a satellite, I actually used the folding out ladders, and they work a hell of a lot better than these ones. So yeah, when you guys are designing these satellites that can be repaired, I suggest using the folding out ladders to keep your guy there. Technically, you don't even need to keep the ladder. We won't get into that. Mission controller has a lot of it's hard to get something like mission controller to work correctly with KSP, because you can only do so much with a plugin. Plugins are supposed to be meant to work with other parts and stuff like that, and have simple booleans like true and false, which this is all this really is, and stuff like that. But like to have a simple event like Kerbal must be within this range of this part, it's just not in there for the plugins. I've looked for it. Maybe it's in there, but I just can't find it. So there is a range event for the actual part, but it only counts for the part to turn it on. So there we go. 10 minutes is up. Mission is finished. And, the believability of the mission of repairing is, you keep your guy close to it, and it'll be a done mission. You wait the 10 minutes, he's finished repairing it, and you head back to the craft. So that is that. Nice little Kerbal did the repair. He's gonna get 52,000 crones for this. If you guys wondered what the original mission controller developer, nobody, called the money crones, and I never changed it, so we'll just keep calling it crones. Get our vessel over here. Come on, get over here. I'm having a hell of a hard time getting this guy to face the way I want him to face. I've never really been good with EVAs, but I can't seem to make him face the way I want him to face. He's only got like one dimension that he can face, it seems, unless he's standing up or he falls over or whatnot. Because the controls while you're EVA are totally different than the controls when you're in a vessel. Alright, here we go. There's the door for that. You could also use other plugins like Kerbal Attachment System, maybe to attach the Kerbal to the vessel and finish it that way, for he doesn't do that. You could even attach the vehicles together, but I suggest you don't. I suggest you do the non-docking version of it, just to keep them tethered. Anyway, there we go. So now I have to intercept back to the space station, and I think it's behind me. Yeah, it should be behind me. So what I'm gonna do in this case is, since it's behind me and it's the closest behind me instead of the closest in front of me, I am going to increase my orbit to be above him, That way, he'll be going faster than me, and he'll catch up with me in time acceleration. I think I'm, at this point, just trying to figure that out. Get this all settled and done. Actually, I'm looking for the correct... there it is. There we go. Man, what's taking me so long to do this? What a pain in the butt that is. Oh, so when I designed 0.20, I originally wanted to have another mission goal that I wanted to add to this, and it was the science goal. Basically, you can land a probe on a planet or a rover and conduct science missions. But since 0.22 is coming out in the near future, and it's going to already have parts that do science, and also it's going to have the first implementation of I'm talking about KSP, by the way. We're in 0.21 of KSP. Don't confuse it with MC right now. But we have in 0.22 of Kerbal Space Program, they're going to have science parts, and they're going to be able to conduct science to basically unlock other parts. So they're going to have research in 0.22. So I figured I'd wait until that came out to find out how it worked, and I will get it for mission controller. Uses that science part to do basically what I'm doing here. You can land on a planet and conduct science and get the mission done, and I'll find out how to work if they allow us to. That's the whole thing. We are at the mercy of us plugin guys that design plugins and or edit them in my case. Are at the mercy of the developers of KSP with what they allow us to interact with in KSP. So, if you guys are ever wondering how the plugins work and why sometimes, things get a little bit buggy, it's because a lot of the times we have to actually do shortcuts or hacks to get around stuff that we can't actually interact with in the game. So, yeah, we only have a limited amount of stuff that we can do with a plugin. And a lot of it has to do with, obviously, parts. That's what the plugins were meant to be. A lot of the plugins, that's all they do, so they work fine in that general sense. But, and a lot of the stuff that they do release, they never tell us what it does, so nobody can actually figure out what they do. And there's a lot of undocumented features in plugin, in the KSP plugin code that I don't know what they do. So I mean, you could figure it out if you wanted to sit for hours upon hours testing. The problem is when you make a plugin, you just can't test it in your development tool. You have to actually load KSP up. You got to have all these events and notes set up in the debug menu to tell you what's going on when you have that debug menu up. It's not very easy to develop plugins for KSP. It'd be perfect if we could have KSP open and playing and actually play the plugin at the same time, but that is not an option at this point. I think they do that with Minecraft. You can develop your plugin, be playing at the same time, change something, and it'll instantly be changed when you reload the plugin into the game. I thought there was a feature for that in the thing, but I don't think it works for mission control. Maybe it does. I don't know. I'd have to find out. There we go. Now we're just docking with the International Civilian Space Program, and not the International Civilian Space Station, and we will finish this last mission goal of docking, or docked. Now I always know that you can use the nav ball to do this part of the game, but I always like doing it visually just because it's more fun to me. The nav ball isn't always correct. There is another plugin out there that what's it called? Docking something. It helps you dock. It has its own little window up, and it's more like an ILS system where it guides you into the docking port. I haven't tried that yet, but it looks kind of cool. Maybe I'll give it a try sometime. I mean, I really don't need the visual aid. I just do it like this. I mean, monopropellant isn't really a huge issue. So there we go. Everything's true now. I can finish the mission. Hit finish mission, and we should be all set. There we go. So there we go. We just launched a repair mission. We start looking through the forums again, looking for some vessels to have. If you guys have any ideas for vessels you want me to try out, especially interplanetary vessels at this point, since I've got rid of Iron Cross, I'm definitely going to start doing a lot more interplanetary or solar planetary exploration. So, as always guys, this is Malku from 1974. Subscribe, comment, and rate, and we will see you later. Malku out.